Hi everybody, this is Sarah. In today's video, we're going to look at the October forecast for Leo natives. That's Sun, Moon, and Rising. I will be using the Doreen Virtue Fairy Oracle cards, and of course, this is my take on the energy for October. That being said, it may not resonate with everyone, but that's okay. If it doesn't resonate with you, no worries, just pass it on by, and I do hope you find what you're looking for. And also, if you want more information, I have an overview of the month, so be sure and watch the October 1st full moon video because I do discuss some other astrological happenings in October. We have a lot happening actually. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when all the new videos drop. And I have a whole bunch coming out in October. So this month we're going to be drawing 6 cards for you, dear Leo, and we're going to be asking these questions. What are you bringing forward from last month? Your fears, challenges, and obstacles. What's going for you in this month? Or in other words, what do you have to work with and what are your tools for success? Your general health outlook, your general love outlook, and disclaimer, those will be general because there's thousands and thousands of Leos out there. Then the last card, where will you find yourself at the end of the month if you stay on your current path? Because honestly, this is why we do readings, whether it's tarot or astrology, going to a psychic. This is the reason we do it, to get an idea of what's about to happen so that we can make course corrections as needed. Because nothing is written in stone. You do have free will, and obviously you can change the path you're on. So, okay, let's do this. Let's draw the first card. What are you bringing forward from September? Oh, nice, nice. Dreams do come true. There you go. September was an interesting month for you. As energy goes, it's not been the best of times, but it's also not been the worst of times. You actually are moving forward and making progress, and you are starting to dream again. And you're also starting to see some of the rewards from all your hard work. So if anything, September left you feeling anything is possible, which is a nice, optimistic return to your energy. Because normally Leos are pretty optimistic because things just kind of work out. But with everything that's happened in 2020, you've been feeling less than positive. You've been feeling a little bit more pessimistic, and you've been feeling overwhelmed with all the chaotic energy going on and all of the unpredictable events happening. So it's nice to see you return to your normal, optimistic, upbeat self. All in all, September wasn't a bad month for you, and you steadily moved forward even when it didn't seem possible. But also, Leo, you stepped up to the plate, so to speak, and took care of business in September. And that's what's great, because that allowed you to clear a lot of blocks and, like I say, move forward. The downside to that is you probably felt like you were stretching yourself a bit thin, or even being pulled apart by all the responsibility, everyone wanting your time and attention, everyone wanting your opinion. So it was just a lot happening for you in September. And there's just a lot happening for you also in October. Because it's going to be another month of opportunities, which is great. But of course, the downside will be you can't do it all. It's time to really put that in perspective before it gets out of hand. You can only do so much. On October the 13th, we have the last Mercury retrograde for 2020. It ends on November 3rd. So yes, Mercury retrograde will end on the United States election day, if that's not ironic. We can expect drama, delays in communication, the normal Mercury stuff. I don't feel that it's going to be a big influence or game changer for you, Leo. Some of the other signs are going to be hit pretty hard by it. But as long as you can carve out time to rest, and when you do, when you're not stretched so thin and you're not so stressed, then you have the patience that it takes to just kind of laugh things off and move forward with the Mercury energy. That's going to be a big key for the month. And there's one other thing that I probably need to share. Set some personal limits for your social media and TV time during this month, because you are going to be so busy, you're going to be working so much, and watching TV or the news or being on social media has in the past been a way you kind of de-stress. It's probably not going to work that way for you in October. The lesson, of course, with that is you can't pour from an empty cup. You have to take care of yourself. So be sure and set aside some time, especially towards the first 2 weeks of the month, to really rest and regroup. But other than that, the energy that you're bringing forward is very positive. September, while you worked hard, you did reap rewards, and those will be following you into October. The second card is fears, challenges, or obstacles, basically for the month, right? So Look inside yourself. That's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, sometimes we don't want to revisit traumatic events in our life, and that's not you, Leo, that's everyone. But to heal from them or to get past the energy associated with them, that's exactly what we have to do. We can't just sweep it under the rug. We actually have to go through the experience to get to the other side. When you get through this, you will find that things flow a lot easier when you do actually take the time to do the personal healing. And bottom line is, everyone needs your strength right now. And like I say, you saw that in September too, where so many people are counting on you that it felt overwhelming. And that is going to continue. And with that, lessons from the past, lessons from your personal past will be highlighted to really give you the chance to work through some of these things that have been holding you back or maybe coloring your perception on the future. We learn ways to cope as children that may be the best for us at the time, but may not be the best coping techniques as adults. Those types of things will probably be revisited during October, but you can handle it. You're in a very good place now for this healing to happen. That's why October is a good month for self-reflection and, of course, shadow work. The new moon in Libra, which will be October 16th, will be a great time to do that, a great time to turn inward, maybe have a personal reading done, journal, go see a Reiki professional, do something for you that gives you that space you need to process the events of the last several months or even the last year. So much has happened. It's not a bad card, but be aware that you're going to have to really give yourself the time you need to process. But like I say, you got this. All right, let's look at the next card. What's going for you, or what can you use to make the most of the month? Make music. That's a really good card. I think this goes along with the making time for yourself as well. And it doesn't necessarily mean music alone. This could mean, of course, writing music or dancing or singing. It could also mean cooking your favorite meal or ordering it in or just doing whatever it is that restores you. Making that time for yourself is so important. I sound like a broken record. We're only on card 3, right? But you understand what I mean. This is a time to really understand the full impact of you can't pour from that empty cup, so you have to take care of yourself. Call or video chat your crew, focus on other things than work, do all those things that tend to restore you. Rest, relax, make music, indulge in your favorite hobby, build some time in the schedule each week, not monthly, but weekly, to do something fun and something that will, as I say, restore you, soothe you, and give you that break you need from constant work and constantly being there for everyone else. By making self-care a priority, Leo, this is how you regain your balance. This is how you move from feeling overwhelmed and battling anxiety to feeling more empowered, to feeling grounded, to feeling restored and able to take on the challenges that will be presented. Now, that being said, I don't think the challenges are going to be overwhelming. I think they're going to be more personal lessons than anything. Really watch working overtime or working more because you are at home more. Really watch your diet this month. And know that being in balance is how you move forward, is how you are able to do more. Be there for these people. You can move forward on your own projects, and that's what's going to be really needed. What you have going for you is the knowledge that you need to take time for yourself. For some of us, we need permission to slow down or permission to sleep in, permission to work on our hobbies or indulge in our favorite art projects. So if you need permission, the universe is giving it to you this month. Okay, the next card is general health, and my disclaimer is the same as always. This is really general. If you're not feeling well, go see a medical professional. Better safe than sorry. Honestly, your general physical health looks pretty good this month, but let's ask the cards and see what insights they have for us. The card is higher consciousness, which goes along with pretty much what we're seeing in the astrology too. The physical health looks good, but it may be a time where you need to recharge mentally and spiritually during this month because September was really busy. We're going to highlight your mental health, and also Mercury is in retrograde motion in your 4th house, which home, family, the past, the subconscious, ancestral stuff, all of that will be coming up between October October the 13th and 28th. And then the sun transits your fourth house as of October the 23rd. So you can expect memories and trauma from the past to come up to be healed. So it's an ongoing theme. Chiron's been actively pulling up random childhood memories for you. The reflection time that you needed to really sort through this stuff and see how it's still impacting you all summer long. It's not always made sense, but you can kind of see now, looking back, why some of these issues have come back up. Understanding how much your early life shaped your view of the world is really important now, because we're building a new way of being. We're building a new consciousness. And to understand how we got here is very important, because if we don't, we'll just bring that old trauma with us into this new creation, and that's not what we want. We want to come from a place of authenticity, definitely. We don't want to do a spiritual bypass and pretend everything's okay when it's not, because that doesn't serve anyone. But we want to spend the necessary time healing what needs to be healed so that we can start from a place of our own choosing, instead of letting the past with its trials and tribulations and unhealed crap dictate how we move forward. So it's one of those really deep months for you when it comes to healing, when it comes to personal awareness, when it comes to understanding that you do have a choice. You don't have to reenact the past. You don't have to use the same coping mechanisms or the same self-soothing mechanisms. And this is really tough because Leos are actually prone to addiction and overindulging type behaviors. You may see, as you go back and revisit the past, how this has really been encouraged in your life. So it's a lot. It's a lot. So give yourself time to work on issues from the past and explore how your family has influenced the way you define yourself. It's your self-esteem, your idea of self, and your place in the world. And this, of course, will ripple out, because how we view ourselves and how we interact in relationships, not just romantic or with our family. It also includes our relationship with money, charity, success. I mean, it goes on and on. So it's a big deal. This could be the month where you really regain your confidence and become more secure in your own skin. So yeah, that's a lot. Physically, it looks like you're going to be okay. Might have a slight cold, but you know, it doesn't look bad. Mentally, yeah, you're going to do some major healing. So kudos there. Just make sure you have time. Okay, and the next card is the General Love. Ooh, happily ever after. Single Leos. Your career is moving forward, but there just isn't any interesting people for you to date. One of Leo's lessons in 2020 is regarding learning patience when it comes to your personal matters. We're fire signs. We like to get our stuff in order and get it done, move on, right? But for you to live happily ever after with that perfect someone, that means you can't just be bored and date random people that you really don't care about. That means working on yourself, doing the healing that's necessary so that you can make better decisions, and that you are ready then when that soulmate, when that twin flame does appear, that you are ready to meet them from a more healed perspective, and you're celebrating your success now, you're feeling good, you're starting to feel more like yourself again, so you're looking around for romantic prospects and nobody is there. There's just no one in your circle. You haven't been able to get out and socialize, so you're probably feeling all of that too. But it's okay. There will be some exciting, exotic person coming up soon. Probably not the beginning of this month, and maybe not even by the end of this month. We may be looking at November before that happens. But that's okay, because this is a time where we turn our attention into things other than our love life. This energy that's working on us to heal the past is necessary for us to honestly have better relationships. So this is a blessing, because we do need this time for self-reflection, and we're being given it. Don't settle just because you're bored or someone is just hanging around pestering you for a date. Don't settle. Just because you feel like you should have a busy social life and you should be out there dating doesn't necessarily mean this is the right time for it to happen. This is a time to rest and refine what you actually want. In October, partnered or committed Leos can expect basically more of the same. with a new twist though because of Scorpio. Scorpio season begins on October the 22nd, and because of that you may feel much more adventurous. Just be aware your partner may be going through mood shifts with the October energy and may not understand anything you're saying, where you're coming from, or what you're trying to get across to them. Make sure that the lines of communication are open and clear to avoid unnecessary arguments and hurt feelings. The good news is this is not going to be a horrific month for relationships. The bad news is if you're in a difficult relationship, it will continue to flounder. So relationships, partnerships, marriages, all of that are going to be highlighted, especially if they're not working out. We've got Uranus opposing Mercury, which, as I said, is in retrograde until November 4th. So you can see where there's going to be miscommunication, where there's going to be that chaos feeling and people just kind of get in that dreamy state during this time. If your relationship is working, though, you can expect it to actually do even better in this month of October if you can keep the lines of communication open. This is a really positive month for things that are working, and if your personal relationships aren't working, you can expect the problems to be highlighted to give you a chance to address them or maybe rethink the way that you've been handling them. Just be patient. Don't make any major changes. Of course, we never make them in Mercury, right? When Mercury's in retrograde. Really look at the bigger picture. Is it worth having an argument over something small? If you stay on your current path, where you are right now, where will you be at the end of October? Oh, it looks like you're going to get a bonus card, Leo. This one definitely wants to be counted. Okay, we have two cards that want to be seen. Follow your dreams and stand your ground. Well, that's really interesting. I think they work really well, don't they? If you stand your ground, probably you will follow your dreams. And when we follow our dreams, things work out for us. And so I think you're in a really good position as we begin October. And if you continue on and make sure you have time for self-care and self-reflection, that this could be a game-changing month. Major healing could happen and that you end up closer to those major goals that you're shooting for. You have some lofty ideas that maybe you haven't talked to anybody about because they're almost so big, even for a Leo, you don't want to put it out there just yet. And by the end of the month, you should probably know if that is actually something that you can manifest. And guess what? I think you can. I think this is something where you have the ability to really make huge strides in the month of October towards your long-term goals. It's almost something where I feel like I should be whispering that because so many of the signs are really struggling right now, which is another reason why I haven't really been highlighting Leo. You've been working, you've had your head down, and you've just been moving forward. You've been doing what you could to help and support others, and all of that karma will be coming back to you by the end of the year. So you can see how you're about to make some major life advances. You're successful, and that success is going to continue to grow and to blossom. There will be some new love coming for the singles later in the year, and for the married or partnered Leos, we can see that getting back on track, opening the lines of communication, and really looking at what needs to be addressed are key. But ultimately, the good relationships just get better. Things are improving in your life overall. You do have some healing work to do, but hey, that's all of us. Overall, I think this is a really amazing month for you. But you may also be feeling somewhat guilty because you see everybody else struggling. And I think that just highlights your humanity. Having empathy for other people is what keeps Leo grounded and present. And also that's another reason why so many people are drawn to you. Not just because you are successful, not because you're so smart, not because you are so beautiful, but because of your big Leo heart. So yeah, I think this is going to be a good month for you. I think things will continue to get better through the year. Spoiler there. If you would like to know more, because this is of course a general reading, you can find me at Serenity, information here and in the description box below. I am having a reading special this month. Happy October. Speak to you soon. Reiki blessings. Bye-bye.